What is going on YouTube? This is your boy like one half and duo. And basically I'm gonna take hope you guys had a good 4th of July and got some good food and saw some awesome fireworks and enjoyed some cool video games. While some of y'all had a day off, some didn't. I mean me, I had a day off, but I was working my butt off out there, boy. Yard work, doing stuff, just just making sure things are right at the home, and man, it was a lot of work, but got about 75% of it done. Got a couple more stuff to do, but I mean, looks good. Y'all looks good. Everything looks great. People came over. We had some food. We enjoyed ourselves and played some Breath of the Wild. And I got, before I got into the real topic, like I have to say, that Trials of the Sword, that is no joke. Now, for those who are good and knocked it out, man, you guys are good, and I see, I recognize my own skills. I would never say you're bad or nothing. Just that, oh, you got the skills, knock that out, good, awesome. Me, I played it twice, and I've not really how should I say this? See why I have not gotten as far as I thought I would have, but you know what? I got there, and I got my butt handed to me. So, Lord, again, for those who knocked it out and did a good job, my hats off to you, man. Good job. Hope you guys do well. Let's go. Sorry. And talk about something that is to me now. Life is weird as it is right now. People are. What up, Mel, man? This is a serious topic in a way. Now, life for a lot of people, even people who think they got it bad, is really good if you're within my voice, or really. If you're in my voice, you're doing pretty good. You might not be doing better than me. You might not be doing better than the person you think you know. But here's the thing: you're alive, as long as you're doing terminally ill, you're doing very well. But things have been going a weird way. And when I did my radio show, at first a lot of people was kind of, I'm not lying, a lot of people was not following what was going on, and a little turned off from what I was saying on the radio show. But it wasn't, I didn't attack nobody or say nothing super negative, of course, because it's a radio show. I got commercials, got stuff. I don't want to lose the show because of, how it was, or advertisement, because nowadays advertisement is so fickle. You mess up and say a simple word and you can get attacked. So, or you can get shut down. So you gotta be careful what you're saying. But at first I was getting, like I said, the first show I did when I started my radio show back in 2012, I had 100,000 people listening. That was more than a lot of people thought it would have been. They thought I would get like 10,000, whatever. I got 100,000. That's cool. Then it started to grow. At the height of it in 2014, at the height, we had a height. So my lowest number was 100,000. My highest is 9 million, and the average is basically between 6 and 5 million people listen to the show. And trust me, I'm grateful for that. But I first started off talking about music. I just took the music, interview artists and stuff like that. But then I turned into serious topics. I still do, music is still playing, and then I get into serious topics, let people go back and forth, have a conversation, and go. Because one of the things that I've pointed out that is, it's sad nowadays that we can't have a conversation. And I know I'm saying this on a channel that's about gaming, but it rolls into that too. We can't roll it, and we can't. Some things we can't accept, which is weird. And some things we can't just see that's what life has thrown into us. Now, I understand a lot of people are angry about the whole third-party stuff in some cases, but some people still bring it up in a weird way. And that's why I called the last video, I said, this zombie that won't die. I don't get it. if somebody is doing something, see, I come from the point of view. If you're doing something wrong and you don't want to listen to me, then you know what? Darwin, I mean, what do you call it? Darwinism, or as I would always say, survival of the fittest, natural selection. So if you hear these guys who talk about their Nintendo fans, oh, I'm a Nintendo fan, and I'm a Nintendo fan. I just want Nintendo to do better. And Nintendo's not doing it, even though you're not buying their products. But if you are buying the products, you know, and you feel like that, well, all you gotta do is enjoy Nintendo's games and keep it moving, because Nintendo's not listening to one person. We know that. Your YouTube videos majority of times is irrelevant. So let Nintendo go the way of Darwinism or natural selection. If Nintendo is not doing what everybody think Nintendo needs to do, like PlayStation or Microsoft, then they should follow. Let them do what they do, and then they're gonna fail, and they're gonna fail, and they're gonna be no more part of the industry. Why keep on arguing it if you the point? I have come to the point to say I can't say anything about Nintendo, because I've made my point millions of times of that. Now I will repeat it as a gesture for the thing I said, the behind the games thing. Again, I still apologize for that, but in regular cars, I'm not doing it no more, because unless somebody asks a direct question, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna bother it no more. Because if third party makes a good game, you buy it. If it don't, it don't. Nintendo doesn't want to follow your suggestions. Okay, sorry, getting third parties or whatever. Then you don't get. Then just say, hey, you know what? You don't want to listen to Nintendo. I wish you the best of luck. You know you're gonna die out. Only Sony and Microsoft are left, and you just move on from that point of view. Now there is a thing where it killed me. Where like I said, the real topic is like, I would say people are sheeps. It's human nature. That's where most of my arguments come when I do my radio show. I always say it's human nature to do this, it's human nature to do that, because it is. When the majority of people do that too much, it's human nature. So, the topic I'm gonna bring up right now is like, that's why okay, before that I should say that's why, if you've been listening for a long time, I always say I don't argue people's preferences. If you go back to the video podcast we had with Grim Kapachi on it, we were talking back and forth, but none of us was stuck in nobody like, oh man, we got you here, oh, we got you with this lie, and no, it was conversation. And I wish we could do that in political, in everything, and a lot of stuff, but we don't. Because most of the people who are talking now really are the most hypocritical people I ever met in my life. I see a lot of people say, oh, I don't do this, I want to be different, I want to blah blah blah, I don't want to be judged by this. But then you do the exact same thing to be judged by it, or you do something that makes you follow the crowd. And that's why I said people are sheep. They generally need a leader. So a lot of people become followers. A lot of people don't want to be that. And I am not saying that I'm not a sheep. Don't get it twisted. I've followed and done some stuff because it's this headache and whatever. But then sometimes I have to be a leader too. But it's a part of nature to do that. Now the reason why sometimes I felt like I gotta take up the reins and try to rein things in is because of what's been going on. But man, it is ridiculous to see what the sad thing about it is when people lie and you caught them in a lie and you see them lie and people still defend them, you know that they don't want their worlds to crumble. They don't. That's the problem with this. Now, I'm telling this whole long rambling because I want to people understand how you've never seen me on my video ever really attack this one person. And I think this person is, without me having to do cursing, I think this person is a hustler. This person is a good hustler. And I said, I think that when I bought that person up, I said, you know what? I can't knock the hustle because they're stupid enough. They're dumb enough people to go out there and buy. If you're in the desert and that person's selling you sand and you still want to buy sand, I can't knock the person for selling sand. The thing though that makes it is though is the toxicity is that most people who follow this person also in journalism, and they perpetuate this person's views, even though the proof proves, even if the person did something wrong, even if the proof proves that it is that that the facts prove that this person is incorrect and is blatantly lying, or if that person show you that they're blatantly lying and people still follow them. Now, I've just finished, not just finished, but over the week, everybody been talking. If you're new to this thing, everybody been talking about the VidCon thing. What happened at VidCon? And I like most people, I looked at multiple videos to see what's going on, and it is sad. That was a sad thing, and the sad thing is not only was it sad because I basically listened to Boogie's video, and I'm like, Boogie's a nice person, but to be. Sometimes you gotta stand up and say you gotta say. But that VidCon thing that showed that women, this is why I say when people are proven 100% wrong, and people still follow them, they want freedom, they want help, they want to do all the stuff the feminists for the feminist frequency, but they forgot the one golden rule, and I'm sorry, this is the one golden rule. If it wasn't for men relenting their power, you wouldn't have the power. That's not a misogynistic thing to say or sexist thing to say. That's what it was, and it still is. If it wasn't for men who would think, hey, women should have equal rights, they should do this, they should do that, which I'm part of that too. I'm like, hey, if you get a bad hand and people did treat you wrong, you should do that. But if I basically lay down a doormat for you, my jacket, I lay down a jacket over the puddle and you walk over it, don't just stomp into the jacket and rub it in just for spite. I didn't do nothing to you, and most people don't, but because of a few, we all should get punished. Now, Anita Sarkeesian went there to do this panel. And hey, good for her. Go there, talk about being abused. Even though her a lot of people who are listening to this or listening to this later know that we know that she's a liar. She says she played video games, and she got a video that comes out and says she don't play video games. She is a hustler because she knows how to get she got money from doing nothing. And she knows, because it's article I'll show you right here saying about she's the most famous video game critic. No, she's not. No, she's not. But because of, just like I said, just because the people who want to be sheeps and stay relevant, Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, sorry about that. To stay relevant and to keep on making money, doing a hustle. That's what they do. And here's what I'm talking about. Like, she went to VidCon. And Saga Lacard and all his guys went up in front. The only reason they went there because it was a public event where she cannot avoid the answers, which of course she still did, but she couldn't avoid the answers. I mean, the questions and maybe answer them. But no, all the people there still went there, and they just let that happen. I was like, you got to be kidding me. No, they went there and sit down in the front row. I could see that being intimidating to her. I'm not going to deny that. That's human nature again. But then for her to straight out attacking somebody, even though the panel was all about not being bullied and she was being bullied, you would think, wow, that raises his eyebrow. Hey, lady, this is a non-bullying panel, and you're bullying people. Oh, And and again, she's wrong what she said. She said if you see, here's the thing. I did Google her name, and it came with a fairness. Not to, it didn't come up until like the third page that the Saga and Akkad and all those guys was basically criticizing her. Now in the tab up where they have the notes, that's where you hear a little bit more of the criticism, but not the in the searches itself. Why? Because of news, not even, I won't say newspaper, newspaper one, and the people in video game media who perpetrate this nonsense. Her women's versus tropes thing is nonsense. Oh, women are used as rewards for men. Then you don't need to stop video games, Anita. You need to stop literature. You need to stop movies. You need to stop music. You need to stop a lot of things if that's the whole case you're gonna do. And don't give me that, because I know for sure if you've already promoted certain things, that does exactly the same thing, promoting women as rewards. That's the hypocritical part that kills me about her. But again, that's her hustle. She knows she's doing that, and people are just eating this thing up like it's no tomorrow. Now, the thing that ticks me, I'm not gonna say ticks me, it does not. It raised my eyebrow. It didn't tick me off. I was angry, but it raised my eyebrow when Joy Salads asked a question. Went to the panel and asked a question. She's like, "How come all these females are gonna get harassed? Why don't we talk about all people get harassed? Because more men get harassed than females online, just because of what in video gaming what they're doing." And two, why don't we just, as kind of Boogie said offhandedly, why don't we just stop bullying altogether, which is a good cause. Here's the thing. People say that I am a pacifist. I'm not pacifist, a pessimist. I'm a real, and you heard people say I'm a realist. I hope for the best. But reality sometimes just smack you down and you understand this is reality. Just like a black guy, I know racism is never going to stop. Should we make sure we could do our best to stop it from the workplace and all that stuff? Yes. But society racism, not going to happen. I remember Shadowcast had a podcast, and when when this channel name came up, those guys were saying all kind of N-bombs in their freaking chat. They don't care. These guys have anonymity. They don't care. They're gonna be as racist as they want. You're not gonna stop it. And for that, in that regard, that's why I laugh when people say that. It's sad that we gotta make all these programs of money to prove online bullying. You know what's different? You know what the difference between online bullying and real bullying? You have to participate in it. When people are bullying you online, all you gotta do is block them. And the majority of people just do it because they want something back from you. Just block them. Delete their comments, block them, and go on. Now, if somebody asks a legitimate question against your idea, and they're not calling out they ain't calling your names or threatening you, I think you should keep those, because you got to prove the dissenters and try to prove them wrong. And the best way to prove them wrong is to have a conversation with them. That's like right now, you see OJ is now going debates with everybody else and saying certain things in a certain way. But remember, he said them the opposite way when he was debating me. But I move on. But, and the one thing that, I'll say this one had me laughing. The one thing Anita Sarkeesian did say to have me laughing my balls off was, she said, well, there goes another E3 that we didn't have a main female protagonist. Games is so sexist. Really? I would think Samus Aran would like to take say hello over here. Samus Aran, Metroid Return of Samus. I'm the main character. I'm a female, and oh yeah, Prime 4. How about that? Oh, you don't count me because you don't know about me. That's the sad thing about these women that kill me. There are many female protagonists that does a really good job. and they save guys. But you know what? No, what? Why not? Jade, nah. Ali, no. None of these things. And they always bring up, oh well, if we're female are defenseless and this and that. Not all females are defenseless, but in most cases, what do you think is going to happen? I'm sorry, unless a female is could bench press 220 pounds, and she became a firefighter, she can lift me out of the building. She has the right to do that. I hope that she can, but not. But 9 out of 10 times, a guy's gonna be stronger than a female. There might be one female who's strong. There are many females stronger than me, but for that female that's stronger than me, there are many guys that's stronger than her. Let's just leave it at is and try to work on things that's more important. But anyway, it goes into what I was saying right here. Then you have, let's say, people ask questions. And the thing about it, this is why I said people are full of it and sheeps follow it. You have people asking legitimate questions at VidCon, and she said, remove them, remove them. I told Tellian, the one, it's funny. People from the left always say, we don't like what the right wingers do. And this is not a left right. I'm just getting an example because she leans left a lot. But I'm just saying, she's like, these people are so fascist and so misogynist. They always want to control the conversation. They don't want nobody to talk. They don't want to hear our voice. I'm a male, and I got bullied a lot of times. We're moving from the mic. We don't want to hear that from him. Wait. That's a legitimate question, and you cut him off before he even finished it. You're moving from the questions. Look how totalitarian she is. That's the thing that kills me. Everybody always say, "Oh, the left or the right." The left does the exact thing as the right. The right does the exact same thing as the left. The extremes of each. That's the thing. You need to be more centrist. But here's what I say. If you watch those videos, there's multiple videos about it. You'll see all this stuff. And of course, we got our favorite place, of course. I gotta say this: a Polygon. Just become a left-leaning transgender video game magazine site or site. Stop being a video game site because you're not, okay? Because you guys told the story in the way that it did not happen. Because he did not say nothing to her until she called him a shithead and a garbage person. He didn't say nothing. She went out and attacked first. And the reason I say it trickles down into stuff, this is Polygon. Getting the story wrong and telling lies. If you watch the video, you see it. But then you go to this, another place that does the Mic Network. They talked about how happened to VidCon and whatever. And in this part, when I say, wait, who is Sargon and called this guy and what did he do? They go in there. This is what I wrote. Anita Sarkeesian, a well-known feminist critic known for her Trolls vs. Women in video games, attended the YouTube convention, VidCon. The panelists discuss about lives of women online and harassment in their face. Benjamin, who regularly makes videos criticizing Sarkeesian and her views, organized a targeted harassment campaign. Okay, targeted harassment campaign. They didn't harass her. They sit down quietly and she attacked first. He and his friend occupied the first 3 rows of the panel, using these guys to attempt to engage, using the guys to what? With her, though it's clear that the premises was simply meant to intimidate Sarkeesian and dispute the panel. You can read more details of this at what happened at Polygon. That's what I'm talking about, and that's not even that's the thing that I brought up with IG and everything. People do not go and give the true fraction of it. They take it from some other place and do it. Now, as a YouTuber, we could do that. But if you're gonna do journalism, you gotta have that's just why don't you just tell what happened and let people make up their mind and stop changing the narrative? That's why I hate spin. Spin happens all the time and nobody wants to talk about it. That's why I said there's spin against Nintendo. There's. For some, I don't know what Nintendo did to IGN, GameSpot, all these third parties, whatever, and gamers to make it so bad. If you don't like the console, you don't buy it. I've said that a million times. So why keep on saying it's a bad thing if you don't purchase the product? You spoke with your wallet. Move on. Nintendo's not coming in your house and destroying your PlayStation or your Xbox or your PC. No, it's not. Of course, with this happening, they went and of course, because you attacked because Sarkeesian with this stuff, they went and messed with the guy's Patreon. That's one of the reasons I do not. I have a legitimate job. Ain't no freaking way I'm living off of YouTube. Then you have the Sun, a newspaper in UK. As they speak the whole same thing too. The one thing I give on that is they did. Well, no, I was a different place, so I was wrong. I take that 100% back. I take that 100% back. A Twitch screamer and whatever in racist stuff after screaming and during a game. Oh my God! You think that white people do not say the N-word and they have to be racist? Oh, you got to be kidding me! Really? Really, people? I think I'm all right. Because it's funny, nobody got it Iowa when Bill Maher said it, which I know he said it more than that one time. He said it so casually. The only thing about, and I don't think Bill Maher should lost his job either, but the reason I don't like Bill Maher in that context is when other people said the N-bomb and they meant it because of something really happened to them, you basically attack them and say they're racist. But you're not racist for saying the N-bomb in a comedy joke openly. And we know again, your past girlfriend said you dropped the N-bomb many other times. That's the part that came in. Why do we give a certain amount of people that virtual that they're so pure and so virgin, but you're shocked to find out that they do things like anybody else do, even the haters. That's what I said. People who do stuff they say they do the exact same thing. That's why I said Sarkeesian did that dumb thing that had me laughing. You say you don't want people, you say they don't give you a voice, they don't make you talk. We're women, we don't whatever. But then you went to a VidCon and you shut these guys down before even answering a question, note, or anything. Nothing. They couldn't ask you a question. They couldn't do nothing. You shut them down before you even asked the question. And then the people who was not a part of that crew who asked you questions, you shut them down too, saying get them out of here, like stuff. So this is the Sun. Like it just the problem is more people just the sad thing about it is her hustle. But the thing is that more people hear about this thing, and even though this is not a real issue, people feel vindicated. And if I was a female in that audience and I saw what Anita did, not only to these guys, but also to the other people who asked legitimate questions, I'd be like, hey, lady, ma'am, you're doing exactly you said these guys do to you. Why don't you take a higher road? Why don't you just let them sit there and if they ask a question, just answer the question? Because every time you try to answer, she try to answer a question, they ask a question, she don't listen because she dodges, because she knows she knows she's riding this money train right now, and at any moment it can be shut down. But the problem is, though, a lot of females who don't know what they're talking about and feel vindicated, needs to feel a victim, always rise to her side and keeps giving her more attention and money, which she shouldn't. Now, I am not calling her name here. I'm not doing that stuff. I know it's out of my way of talking about her in that regard, but this is a good example of what's going on in gaming. Like I said, it's a good back and forth, because when, like I said, the gaming media is nowhere good as it needs to be. The gaming industry is falling apart because studios are getting shut out every time. Publishers are making horrible mistakes. Capcom, EA, horrible mistakes, and it's going down. It's going down the hill. Many people are blinded by views and clicks and what their livelihood. And I'm talking about livelihood like money. Their livelihood, their enjoyment comes from their video reaching a certain amount of views and likes and dislikes and all kind of stuff like that. Like they're not making money from this stuff. Most of them aren't, but they just want to feel that I am so infamous. And that's the word, infamous, not famous, because they're not. That's what I want to feel like, instead of doing something with their life. So it's just weird that way. The industry is falling apart because we are not paying attention to the real issues. We're not buying good games. We're not telling the publishers, hey, we're not buying no more broken games. That DLC is crappy. We're not buying a game. Or we're not buying that DLC. That should have never happened. You want me to pre-order? I'm not pre-ordering until I see a good concept. The sad thing about the industry right now, the people who deserve the money, the acclaim, everything, we don't help. We do that help. But the people like Anita and Capcom and EA and Ian Bell and all these other people who give you crappy games and bad products, you still, just because the name tag goes with it and it's such a popular thing that you can get your views up on Twitch, Twitter, and all that, Twitter and everything else. You need to hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag your mama. That's you guys can't live outside the moment. You have to live in the moment all the time. I mean, sorry. That's why the industry is dying. So it's sad, but again, you have all these speakerphones that keep on keeping Anita's hustle going on. They say, I don't knock her hustle. She do what she got to do. But I wish people could just let things be. Let me see what Mel Mint says, since he's in before I turn out. I thought feminism was about taking pride and promoting women things, not trying to take the power from a man. I guess I was wrong. You see, there are people who are feminists, that are real feminists, that I respect, because they want equal things. I've talked to many people on my radio show. This is why I like my radio show, because I have a conversation with real people, and we could have a conversation. It's not back and forth. I mean, not back and forth, not like arguing and shouting and blah, blah, blah. I have that on my radio show. Too bad, because of where this is right now. I can't promote the YouTube channel with the radio show because of trolls. Forget them. But yeah, there are people who look at Anita who are feminists and say this is horrible. And I am talking to a feminist right now to be on my radio show, because she's saying that look, I'll tell you this for anybody who is young listening right now. NAACP, La Raza, the unions, CPAC, all the stuff that you think that was a good, all these came from good intentions, and they were needed at the time. But after they got political power or money or vestiges into themselves, they come corrupted. That's why that phrase in the past, I would say, power corrupts absolute, because it does. It always does. All I see from Anita is that she is using her feminist movement to gain attention. I don't feel she cares about feminism. That's why I said it's her hustle. I'm not saying I don't believe she has it either. because she contradicts herself in most of feminine frequency. She doesn't do what she's supposed to do, and she just uses it so she could feel like she's famous. In one side of the world, for these feminist women, it was just a small vestibules. These women feel like she's the head, she's the leader. I'm happy for her. Brianna Wu, Maya Long, whatever all the other those girls are. Say that, go ahead. But she don't understand. She's become infamous, and people on the other side. Now she has a point that, hey, I went to the UN to talk about this. She's correct. Nobody gave her the UN problem. The problem is, though, which is funny to me, majority of the countries that's on the UN wouldn't even think of what she was doing. She was saying we need to control the internet. They thinking, yeah, so we don't get, so all bad stuff don't get out. We don't care about your feminist bull crap, lady. We just don't want the world to know about we're dealing drugs here, or we put dumping in chemicals in this part of the Euphrates River in Iraq and Africa and all this other stuff. Like, that's what they do. That's why they want to control the internet. They use her as a puppet, and she doesn't. I don't think she knew that. That one, I think she would play. She was stupid too. Her stupidity is turning feminism into a bad word. Well, she's not. No. In this case of the video games, you are right, Melanie. But in the real world, no. There's a lot of feminists out there who turn feminism into a bad word altogether. It just does, because they don't care for that. They want rules, they want rights, they want to be better than the thing. The thing that always kills me though, when women got a lot of rights right now in America. They never go. All these women who say they're feminists, who want rights and stuff, they never go to other countries and fight for other countries' women to free them up so they can have a bigger voice. No, they don't do that because they're scared and they got it too good in America. One. And two, they got a lot of rights and they don't want no sort of way to give it up. The court system leans women's way. Not a majority, more than 90%, they lean their way. I'll be honest right here. As a radio show topic I've done before. That's why I tell guys out there, be careful who you laying down with and protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. Don't have unprotected sex with no female. None until you are married. You do not want to put yourself in that headache. I never did. Even when I didn't, even though I always wear protection, I never went through that. I still went through rough times because of crap. So you gotta be careful. Protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. I've said on my radio show, any guy who listens to my radio show knows I've said it many times, because you don't know the right. You'll put yourself at a disadvantage if that happens. So it's not only Anita, there's a lot of other females who give feminism a bad name. But again, it got corrupted. It got corrupted. People started getting their views, power, and everything, and it got corrupted. And that's why I said that's why the old saying is still to this day: absolute power corrupts always. It always does. So, like I said, if I was a female at that panel and I saw Anita did, not just at the beginning when she called out Sargon Akkad, Sargon. Also, when other guys and even some female ask a question and she turned them away, I'm like, you're doing what you say you want men to listen to. Then as a female, I'd have go up to the mic and say, you know what, Anita, you're doing exactly what you say you don't want to do. You're bullying these guys in real life compared to online. And I always said again, anybody who online bullying is easy to stop. Unplug or block the people who are doing it. It is hard that you got to block them all the time because I got to go through that. But I don't got to respond to them. Let them go. Let them chit-chat, let them call, whatever. They don't know who I am. They don't know where I live. They're not disrupting my money because, again, I don't make no money off of this channel. They're not doing none of that. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over people like that. It's not worth the time. And that's what we need to teach our children, because they live so much vicariously to the. I have only Google Plus and Facebook. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't need all that vacuous information. If I need information, I can find whatever I want. I don't need all that stuff. So it is crazy how this world turns out. But again, people just want to be sheeps. And it's sad how that goes out like that. So Mailman, shout outs to you. Thank you for listening. And I saw a couple of people also came in. Thank you all too. I just wanted to talk to them because I did watch about a lot of videos from different angles to see what's going on. And I'm like, wow, how many people is on her side got it so wrong? Because nothing happened. But again, that's what we're coming to a point now. Even when you people lie, even though the video evidence is right, it shows it differently. That's just how it is nowadays. So I not only say someone video gaming because this was a real thing. I'll say what I say on my radio show. Individuals are smart. People are stupid. It has been proven over and over and over and over again. Keep your eyes out for the danger. Live your life as best as you can. And that's, oops, I almost gave him my radio show title because for the trolls. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. But other than that, this is Like of Enduro. Peace out, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it, your games. And again, if you're playing that Zelda Breath of the Wild, man, whew, telling you, that Master Quest, I mean that Charles of the Sword, that's a pain in the butt. And remember, I'm playing it at the bare minimum because I have not even defeated the game. So hope you guys are enjoying it and having fun. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.